Guitar lesson. It's the great Robert Wilkins and No Way for Me to Get Along. We're tuned to open G. It's an A string tuned down to G, a D string tuned normal to D, and a third string G tuned normal to G. Let's get right to it. For the most part, you're playing the 3rd fret and you're going up here to the octave, and there's a walk up. It's a repetitive riff, and that's really all there is to it. So thanks for watching. We'll see you later. Okay, here we go. So you're using the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd strings on the 3rd fret. And then we're going up here to the octave harmonic on the 1st string. So I'm using my fingers on this one. I'll show you the pick in just a minute. That's how you would strum it. I like to use my fingers to do the finger picking, but I'll show you the strum part first. I'm going home now. So I'm basically using the 3rd fret. I'm going home now. I'm gonna sit down and tell my mama. I'm gonna sit down and tell my mama. I'm going home now. I'm gonna sit down and tell my mama. That's your 12th fret harmonic on the 1st string. Sit down and tell my mama. I'm using the 2nd fret, 2nd string, and 1st string, and bending up. I'm going home now. Gonna sit down and tell my mama. And there's your octave. I'm gonna sit down and tell my mama. I'm going home now. So that part right there. Here's the walk up. Starting on the 2nd fret, 2nd string, walking up to the 5th fret. When I get here, I'm playing 3 G notes. G, G, G. I'm going home now. I'm going home now. I'm gonna sit down and tell my mama. I'm gonna sit down and tell my mama. I'm going home now. I'm gonna sit down and tell my mama. I'm gonna sit down and tell my mama. parts right there. You're walking up from the 2nd fret to the 5th. Now some folks will strum all 3 strings, which is certainly a valid way to do it as well. I like to use my fingers. Notice I'm sliding up with this hand. All sorts of ways you can do that. I'm also using my thumb and my first finger here for a different way of doing it. A little bit more of a finger style picking. I'm going home now. Now what is all that? I'm going home now, but a little about. I'm going home now. I'm going home now. It's a whole lot easier than it sounds. I'm going home now. I'm gonna sit down and tell my mama. That part, sit down and tell my mama, is sit down and tell my mama. It's 3-0-3-0-3-0 on all 3 strings. I put the pull off in there. So I also do the pull off on the 2nd string there. Sit down and tell my mama. I'm gonna sit down and tell my mama. That's no way for me to get along. It's that walk up again. That's my favorite part. That's no way for me to get along. Now you can strum all 3 strings and walk up on that middle string, or you can finger pick. That's no way for me to get along. From here, it repeats the same verse and the same riff for the next verse. Now sometimes I'll play the harmonic on the 12th fret. I'm going home now. I'm gonna sit down and tell my mama. I'm gonna sit down and tell my mama. I'm going home now. I'm gonna sit down and tell my mama. Gonna sit down and tell my mama. That's no way for me to get along. Them low down women, mama, treats your poor so wrong. Well, what is that part right there, Jag? Well, it's the same as the first verse. Them low down women, mama, treats your poor so wrong. Low down women, mama, treats your poor son wrong. And I do a little pull off there. This is my way of doing it. I'm gonna sit down and tell my mama. That's no way for me to get along. Walking up again. 2, 3, 4, 5. And it repeats that same 1 and 2 parts over and over. Now you can use a pick just as easy. I prefer my fingers. I'm going home now. I'm gonna sit down and tell my mama. I'm gonna sit down and tell my mama. Going home now. I'm gonna sit down and tell my mama. I'm gonna sit down and tell my mama. That's no way for me to get along. I just love that walk up. Your first finger is on the middle string, walking up from 2 to 3 to 4 to 5, but you're playing all 3 strings. That's no way for me to get along. That's no way for me to get along. Now, what was all that, Jag? Well, that's your pentatonic. I've been over this a million times with my other lessons. If you haven't seen those, go check them out. I'm basically using the 3rd fret and the 5th fret on all 3 strings in various configurations. Doing pull-offs and the same thing over here. scale. And then you've got your 12th fret up here. So you're 3 frets up, 1, 2, 3, above the 12th fret. And I'm playing the same notes, all 3 strings. Now don't forget, as I've said before, you can play the in-between notes too. This would be your pentatonic box, right? 3 5 3 5 3 5. But don't forget those in-between notes, which are not part of the key and not in the scale. What? Wait a minute. How can I put those in if they're not in the key and not in the scale? Well, check it out. And of course up here. Alright, one more time. I'm going home now. I'm gonna sit down and tell my mama. I'm gonna sit down and tell my mama. I'm going home now. I'm gonna sit down and tell my mama. I'm gonna sit down and tell my mama. That's no way for me to get along. And them low down women, mama, treat your poor son wrong. Well, they treat your poor son wrong. Them low down women, mama, treat your poor son wrong. Well, they treat your poor son wrong. And that's no way for me to get along. And they treat me like my poor hard mama, made of rock and stone. Well, it's made of rock and stone. They treat me like my poor hard mama, made of rock and stone. Well, it's made of rock and stone. And that's no way for me to get along. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Check out my website, jagshouse.com. Cigar box guitars just like this one. Since 2004, over 4,000 sold. We'll see you next time.